Every trading strategy needs to have rules in order to make it profitable. Most beginner traders will lose most of their money during the first month of their trading because they don't follow any trading rules, or they don't really understand how trading rules or indicators work. So when you create strategies in Expert Advisor Studio, there will be three main elements. The first is the strategy properties, and this will consist of your entry lot, your stop loss, and your take profit rules. Then you will have your entry rules. So these will be the indicators that you use as your criteria when you open a trade. And you'll have your exit rules. And these will be the indicators that you use as criteria when you close a trade. If we look at this strategy on the screen now, under the strategy property, you can see that our entry lots are 0.1. The stop loss is fixed at 88 pips. Now, you have different options, but this strategy was generated in Expert Advisor Studio, and these were the parameters that we set. In terms of the stop loss, you can set it to fixed, trailing, or fixed or trailing, in which case the program will figure out the best stop loss for you. But in this case, it's fixed. And again, like we said, the stop loss pips is 88. We have a take profit, which is also fixed, and the take profit pips is 46. Then on our long entry, what we have is directional indicators. And again, if you go into it, you can see that you have various parameters available to you. But like I said, this is a strategy that was generated totally autonomously in Expert Advisor Studio. And then with long exit, we have the same thing. Now, under short entry and short exit, what's important to note is that the strategies are set to be symmetrical, which means that their entry rules for a buy are completely reversed for the entry rules for a short trade. So again, under long entry, you can see we have directional indicators. If you go to short entry, again, you can see that directional indicators are here. And we'll have the same on the long exit. The short exit will have exactly the same conditions, just reversed. The reason for this is to make sure that the strategies work in all market conditions, whether the buyers or the sellers are in control. So obviously, as you can see here, you can set the rules for entry only, and the short entry rules will be set automatically in reverse. A few other things to note are that your trades will only be opened if all entry rules are met, and if any of the entry rules are not in place, no position will open. If there is a case where entry rules are fulfilled in both directions, in other words, a buy or a sell, then the strategy will actually wait for a valid signal before it comes into play. After that, it will open a position. The trades will close at a bar opening or when they reach a take profit or stop loss. If you decide not to include exit rules, for example, you could delete these here, then your positions will be closed at the beginning of the next bar. If you do include your exit rules and only one of the exit conditions are met, then the trade will close. The exit rules are also symmetrical for long and short positions, just like the entry rules. The reason that Expert Advisor Studio is such a superior tool is because it can create countless combinations of trading rules for its users. So if we go to our generator here, for example, and we go to the generator settings, what you can see is that here we can set our working minutes. Now, the longer it works, the longer your generator runs, the more strategies it'll create. It'll just keep testing more and more and more combinations of strategies, and effectively it'll give you an unlimited amount, and it'll just keep creating strategies for you. In addition, if you go to your acceptance criteria, you have a huge amount of acceptance criteria that you can put in here, and that will change how your strategies are calculated and how they are calculated on the backtest. The other reason that Expert Advisor Studio is so powerful is that it works out the backtest almost immediately. It's exceptionally quickly. So if you change any of the parameters in your entry or your exit rules, so for example, let's look at this and let's change the period to 28 and we click on accept. Keep an eye on the balance chart on the right. That's how quickly it's done the backtest. It's virtually instant. So once again, just to summarize, a good strategy is made up of your strategy properties, your long and your short entry conditions, although the short entry positions are mirrored to the long entry, and again your long exit and your short exit, where the short exit is mirrored to the long exit. And the huge benefit with Expert Advisor Studio is that it does the back test almost immediately. It works it out instantly. And remember that all trades are opened at the opening of a bar or a candlestick, and that's how it calculates the strategies on the back test.